The podcast you are about to hear contains graphic language and adult content.
Sorry, moms. Hi, and welcome back to another week of Craig's Essential Crisis. Did we miss a week?
We skipped a week. Listen, we were
in the woods.
We were in the woods. We were on vacation like everyone else was last week. Okay? So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, you know what? We were not celebrating our nation, our horrid nation's birth. We were celebrating the week after, like true humans.
Yes.
And we did it by going to the woods with no self-service, much less any recording equipment.
Yeah, so, sorry. We should do like a forest podcast someday, see what happens.
Yeah. Like we would just be quiet and just listen to the sounds of nature.
Like I think we would record the podcast, but in the woods, so you'd hear the ambiance.
I was imagining just nature sounds for an hour to really give people a break from our business.
Yeah, that'd be good too. I'd be really upset if that episode became like our most popular episode.
Would you? I think we could pivot.
So much has happened since we've connected, though. My gosh.
Yeah.
First of all, I think you got a haircut.
Oh my god, it's really been that long since we've done an episode.
It's really been that long.
Yeah, I know you can all hear the difference in my voice. I did shave my head. It's been something I've always wanted to do. And I think if I died before I did it, I would feel very disappointed. And I just think it's fun.
It is fun. It looks looking good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, like we, mentioned a person, I think your Halloween sexy Shrek costume.
Really started me on the train of thinking, I think I would look good bald.
Yeah.
And it's been a real ride. Like, since I've shaved it, there have been ups and downs. I've been like, I'm the most hideous girl in the world. And then I've been like, no, this is sexy as fuck. It's been a real roller coaster. But, we're riding it out. And I kind of shaved my head to feel this way, to like...
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of like interesting beauty ideals and ideas about femininity wrapped up in long hair, and I wanted to like see how I'd handle that when I didn't have that to rely on.
Yeah.
That's my annoying soapbox reason for doing it. My less annoying non-soapbox reason is it's fun. Naked head fun. Sit down, rub head, watch TV fun.
Yeah. Both reasons are valid.
Thank you
for
validating me. You also got a haircut.
I also got a haircut. It's not as dramatic.
It looks good. It's got a great fade. I feel like I should maybe eventually do a little fade on mine, since I don't want to have a perfectly round bowling ball head.
Yeah, a fade is, because I've shaved my head too because I made an accident, a hair accident.
And in case you forgot, I think we probably said this when it happened, but the day after Talon shaved his head, we were, Yelena, Talon, and I were meeting up to go out for food. And I truly sat in a restaurant about 2 feet away from him for maybe 5-6 minutes without realizing it was him because I did not recognize him with his bald head.
Yeah. And, I didn't warn you. So that's on me. You gotta warn people. When you make a drastic change and you want them to find you, you gotta warn people.
You do. You do. Life is all about validation from others.
Yes, it is. Also, if you're noticing that, like, maybe things sound a little different this week, we are coming to you. Live from...
That's not true. It's not live.
Well, okay, you're right. Not live. We're not live. We are
2 days
recorded from a live event. Well, recorded from a live... when podcasts do that thing where, like, they're gonna say something, and then they just, like, pivot and they, like, don't get to it, and you're like, God damn it. Just, like, get to what you were gonna say.
We never do that.
I fucking hate it. Anyway, we're in my place. We're in the home of me and Yelena, who is here. Present as always, and also Mishka, the Craigslist dog. Mishka, speak. Now's your chance. Speak. What do you got to say? Let the people hear it. Speak.
Hey, that's a hot tamale. He did such a good job.
Good boy.
I'm sure Talon wishes he could do that to me sometimes. Be like, Sarah, speak, and then I would say something not terrible, but it doesn't work like that.
We'll see. But yeah, anyway, we're just chilling.
We're down to one mic.
We're down to one mic, so
we're
listen.
We're just chilling in Talon and Yelena's apartment. This is also me trying to say Yelena's name the right way and just horrifically messing it up. So.
Do you want to give people like a little bit of just a quick lesson right now? Just how
Her face says, this was not what I wanted to do.
I am playing video games.
Yeah, real quick, just say your name.
Yelena.
There you go.
Yelena.
Yelena. Yeah.
Yelena.
If you smile, it helps.
Smile and say my name.
There you go.
Only smiles.
You can practice
Toxic
at home.
positivity
Yes.
only.
I'd start an Only Smiles account if I had a website. Right
That's lame. That feels like an advertisement that a local dentist would put out and think it was really clever.
Oh, but actually that'd be a pretty good dentist.
That's some real local dentist vibes you got going on.
Yeah. Hot singles in
Hot
your
veneers.
area, in your fillings.
In
I
your
don't know, they're
areolas.
cavities. It's a cavity. There's no hot things in your teeth. I'm not this dentist copywriter,
No,
clearly.
clearly not.
I don't know dentistry enough. All I know about dentists, I refuse to learn more. Every time I go to a dentist and they're using tools on me, I don't know.
You say, don't tell me. They say, this is it, and you say,
No,
shush,
no, no.
shush, shush.
I don't want to know. The less I know, the better. I don't want to know what it looks like. I don't want to know if it's pointy. I
I
don't
don't
want to
know
know.
what it does.
Just like put it in my mouth, and whatever I feel, I'll just think I'm making it up if I don't see what's doing it.
Wow.
So,
So
there
you're
you
just
go.
kind of gaslighting yourself.
Yes, that's the way to get by.
That's solid.
Dentistry is like, it's, it's kind of like medieval torture that we just like.
I think it's a lot not like medieval torture. I think it's, I think the medieval torture didn't really have a point. And I think the dentistry does do a lot to keep your chompers. I just don't want to piss off the dentist community,
Do you think they'd be
pretty
pissed
vicious.
off? I don't know.
Yeah, they're pretty vicious.
You think that if I piss off my dentist, like if my dentist hears this next time I go in for a cleaning,
They're gonna
just
like be extra rough on you.
yeah, be like, oh, sorry, the floss we have is like extra thick today. Sorry about that.
It's like a burlap sack rag.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
See, horrifying.
You caught my eye in the grocery line, and I fancied myself a man worth your time, and I couldn't help thinking, I wish you were mine, man-seeking woman whose total is 589. I don't do this often. I'm not like other guys, which is why I find myself in a sort of Craigs existential crisis.
Podcast for listeners seeking female with an ass so out of this world you can only view it through the James Webb Space Telescope. It's time for another Existential Crisis, the podcast where we take the misconnection section into new directions. I'm Talon Bigelow.
And I'm Sarah Thompson, and it has been a week. It's been a couple of weeks.
Who's
Well,
counting?
I just, I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but I did. Let's kick things off with a little MC. If you're wondering what that is, a misconnection.
What is it?
These are, this is a post board, a community posting board on the internet. Anyone can post here anonymously, and they can get replies, anonymous replies to their posting. It's on a little website called Craigslist. It's locally, it's regionally localized, so we usually go through the Portland one since that's where we are currently both located. And anyone can just post on there and reply, usually meant to bring up a connection that you thought you had with somebody, you failed to act on it, and so you missed your chance, hence the name Missed Connection. Talon and I also give these to each other cold. So I will be giving some to Talon that he's never seen before. Talon will be giving some to me that he's never seen before. And we'll read them out loud. I said that wrong, but we're just going to skip over it because I acted like I know what I was saying.
Pretty much nailed it, though,
Nailed it.
really. Anyway, let's kick things off, shall we? Thank you for this misconnection. We say thanks before each misconnection.
Every misconnection. Grateful.
Walker and Royce. You had a shaved head and like a see-through dress, and I just want to say, damn, you're fine. And I really appreciate those dance moves you had going the whole night. You brought the best energy to that show, and I really enjoyed watching you dance your heart out. Anyway, keep it up out there on the dance floor. P.S. Still thinking of that booty jiggle.
Obviously I picked this for one of two reasons.
Uh-huh.
One is it brings back the shaved head we were talking about earlier.
Full circle.
And two, It also the booty jiggle.
Now we're all thinking about that booty jiggle.
We're all thinking about that booty jiggle. Here's the long and short of it. We're thinking about that booty jiggle. Sometimes I do get mesmerized by a booty jiggle.
Isn't that a weird thing? When you really think about it, like, if you just remove, I don't know, our weird thoughts about it out of the equation, what is that? It is the meat of the upper leg, the backside of the upper leg. It just, when it moves just right, when you shake it just right.
It's just
like,
right.
Wow. But like, wow, that's so weird.
Is that the sound in your head when you see a booty jiggle?
It's like being caught in a tractor beam, I guess. It's the Star Wars tractor beams.
I guess so. It sucks you in. That's wild.
Like, why though?
I feel like the sound that I hear when I watch a booty jiggle is like... Yeah. Oh, that's how they got that beat.
That's how they thought of it.
That's how they thought of that.
They were like, what sound would a butt make while it's jiggling if it were like a musical instrument?
Booty, 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 booty.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, this one, and also like this one was very nice. You know, I feel like I don't know how I'd feel having my booty jiggle be called out, especially if I'm just trying to dance and have a nice time.
Yeah.
You know, that maybe in some ways that unnecessarily sexualizes what I was doing.
Right.
So I gotta say that the last line was a bit of a turn.
For sure. Nice dance moves. That's fine.
That's fine. And damn, you're fine. That's fine too, because it's like generic. You know, you're not going into what body parts you like. But then you get into the booty jiggle and I'm like,
and you're still thinking about it? That's weird.
Yeah. I think I don't want anyone to talk about my boobies or my butt until we've met. We have a rapport. And then you're allowed to talk about my butt or my titties.
Absolutely fair. Yeah. You know what? This person, they probably weren't going there with the express purpose of like, I hope somebody catches my booty jiggle. I've been working real hard on my booty jiggle and I need to show it off.
It's true.
I'm sure you could maybe like go to a booty jiggle
jiggle bar. Oh.
A booty jiggle competition.
Also known as a strip club. A booty jiggle bar.
A booty jiggle bar.
A booty jiggle bar.
That's a very, I feel like, I was going to say, a very understandable way to put it, you know?
Yeah, I'm always trying to make the strip clubs accessible. That's my goal.
Well done.
Free peonies if you're hurting. Ferris Wheel Greg here. I have quite a few peonies in my shop that I don't think I'll sell fast enough. If you're going through anything, hurting from anything, feel free to stop by and I'll hook it up. No questions asked. Or we can talk over Topo Chico if you need an ear. Ferris Wheel Greg? Never thought I'd feel such tender feelings towards a man named Ferris Wheel Greg. Also, the way he addresses this is though I should know who Ferris Wheel Greg is. I appreciate.
Yeah, do we have a Ferris wheel?
Not that I know.
So,
when the fair comes to town, I suppose.
Occasionally, but not... Okay, so...
But there is an actual address.
Oh.
Hold on. I'm going to look this up, and I won't put this business on blast.
Yeah. But this is breaking information.
But I am kind of curious.
Sometimes this happens. We get information on the fly.
Okay. I'm not going to give any names away.
Okay.
It is a wedding bouquet supply company. This is like legit.
Okay.
And it's a guy who owns a... I don't know why he's called Ferris Wheel Greg. He should be called Bridal Bouquet Greg.
Okay, yeah. Maybe it doesn't relate to an actual Ferris wheel, but why? Maybe he like has a shirt with Ferris wheels on.
So sweet. Oh my god. So they straight up are just like a wedding company that decided to give away bouquets for free, and that's so sweet to anyone who's hurting.
Well, that's good. That's a good outcome because I wasn't sure. Because I thought peonies might be maybe something else.
Like a penis?
Like
a penis?
Free penis if you're hurting.
I think they have a hard time because they're so close to penis.
So peonies have a hard time?
Okay. It's like people who play the piano would never want to be called a pianist.
Penis.
A pianist.
Yes. Professional piano player? Are you sure? Yes, that's the word.
Look at this face. We're not going to put them on blast. That's Ferris Wheel Greg.
What?
I was imagining a terrifying carny with no offense, balding. I was imagining balding on top, scraped into a ponytail, a long ponytail.
Yeah.
Not at all what this person is.
This person is
kind eyes,
very, very kind
sweet
and handsome
smile.
looking, and also I would say younger than I pictured too.
It's true.
Okay, this is great. This is all very like sweet and like heartwarming, and
I love it.
a great service. That more, you know what? Anyone should be able to walk in a flower shop on a bad day and be given free flowers.
I agree. I think it's kind of
If I owned an ice cream shop, free scoop. You're having a bad day? Get a fucking free scoop of ice cream.
Hey, when I worked at a Portland ice cream company that rhymed with schmalt and schmra, they like encouraged us to give away free ice cream whenever we felt like it. And it feels so good to do that. I loved doing it. I did it at least once a shift.
I worked at a food dessert establishment as well. We'll call them Schmoon Schmuck, Schmocklet Schmumpany.
Schmumpany is
Schmumpany.
good.
But they, also, you know, first of all, we had to try as much of the schmocklet as we could.
Yeah. As much as your little body could fit.
As much as, and then, obviously, like, if I'm going to cut into one, you know, there's 3 bits of it left that are like, I would just give those free samples out to.
Yeah.
This person looks like, you know what, you look like you want a free sample. Come get one.
Yeah.
And, like, free samples were encouraged, but, like, I could definitely be a little heavy-handed.
And I think you should be. I think it's your God-given right. Can I also say, I did see that this one was posted on Miss Connections PDX.
Oh.
And Miss Connections PDX got tagged by somebody who went and took this person up on their offer.
Oh.
And sure enough, they did get peonies.
They got
They did.
peonies.
So this has a very wholesome ending. Talon, your sick assumptions.
It wasn't an assumption. I just, for a second, it could have gone either way.
All right.
Okay, Hollywood rat! To the rat who jumped up for snuggles on top of a trash can, I love you. Would give my life for you, if you ask. Snuggliest little rat I've ever met. If you show your head around again, we will treat you right and give you many treats. Anyways, if you've recently lost an older male Dumbo rat, he's hanging out with the wild rats at a few apartment buildings' trash. Sweet guy. Takes a pet like no problem. He's hanging out in the Hollywood area. Comes when called. I would have taken him home to care for him, but he jumped out of my hands when a car passed by. So, we're just going around
Petting rats
just
now.
petting rats by trash cans.
Petting rats by trash. I will say it was very bold of this person. And I was like, I'm not prejudiced against rats as a pet. I think rats are a great pet.
Certainly. Can be.
Very cute.
Nothing wrong
Also,
with rats.
love the reference to the YouTube video. Takes the pet like no problem is from a video.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I would be bold enough to know that a rat was a domestic versus a wild rat.
Yeah, you're
You know, like that takes some boldness.
like, I petted a lot of wild animals, and this one seemed to like it, so
Probably. Have I ever told the tale of King Rat on this podcast?
King Rat, no.
I better be careful because my dad does listen to this podcast, and if I tell it wrong, it'll be sad. But my dad, he was a garbage truck mechanic before he retired. So he worked at a transfer station, aka a garbage dump. And, you know, they had rats. They had lots of rats. They had pigeons, they had rats, they had seagulls, all sorts of little vermins.
Yeah.
But there was a rat that they named King Rat. And he was a big fucking rat, like a small dog-sized rat, with a variety of open wounds on his back. He was disgusting and dirty and gross and huge, but craved human affection. And one of my dad's coworkers, who was a bit of a softie, used to pick this rat up with his gloved hands and pet it, and it would butt up against his boots to try to get him to pet it. And that was King Rat. And one day King Rat didn't show up anymore, and they were like, he probably got run over by a garbage truck. But long live King Rat, who used to literally butt up against the boots of these garbage truck mechanics to get them to pet it.
Wow, I mean...
And that was fully a feral rat. So I'm not fully convinced that just because a rat takes a pet like no problem, that it's domesticated.
Yeah, again, no problem with rats. I just have a problem with probably anything that hangs out, like, at the garbage can is, like, probably
What's going on there?
going to be a little bit in that garbage, and then, you know, you're mostly it's like you're hanging out with living garbage. You got
Wow, that's rude.
Well, I mean,
I can't believe you just call that rat living garbage.
I just mean if they're like in the garbage, then that's concerning. There's just where there's smoke, there's fire.
True.
Where there's garbage, there's probably gross stuff you probably don't want to be petting.
It's true. It's true. Also, because I was curious, I googled Dumbo rat, and a Dumbo rat's called a Dumbo rat because their ears are very large and circular and on the sides of their heads, whereas a fancy rat has your more classic top of the head, slightly pointier ears. So this person could tell a Dumbo rat just on sight. I hope that this person does end up taking that Dumbo rat home and that it gets to live out its remaining days in luxury. Whether it started them in luxury or not, I hope it gets to live out its days in luxury.
Yeah, I wish it luck. I wish it health. And please don't go petting rats. Please don't go petting like animals that are just hanging out. You don't know. Don't pet animals you don't know.
Don't do it.
Unless you give them the express permission.
Yeah, just frankly, don't do it.
Just a bit. Okay. All right, I got one for you.
Okay.
I think this is I don't know.
Okay. I love that you were about to give me
a
little bit of a framework. Okay.
Don't need a framework. Here we go.
Sad to see you go / wishing you luck. Heart. I feel we are somewhat of a missed connection, even though I am lucky to have connected with you even just a bit. Based on our mutual friend history, it seems our pasts are weirdly interlinked, and I am so glad we got to finally hang this year. I had one of the most fun and insane nights of the last 3 years at your heaven-themed Pisces birthday party, and I will never truly forget it. You make the best internet posts out of anyone I know. You are one of the most interesting people I've met, and I know you'll do amazing in NYC. I'm going to hit you up when I come visit NYC, whether you like it or not. Heart, heart, heart. Aww. What were you going to say before I read this?
That doesn't matter. Because...
Okay, mysterious.
I don't know. Frankly, I forgot a little bit about
it. Got it.
I guess the only thing I don't like is whether you like it or not.
Yeah, don't. If I'm moving to NYC to escape my life, don't bring my life to me.
It'd suck. It would suck to move away, get somewhere, and see reminders.
Move away. Get away. Sorry.
No,
I don't know why I started making that into a song.
Are you feeling a little...
Move away. Get away.
Yeah, I like it. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'd like to be like, maybe it's some inside joke, whether you like it or not. But you don't know each other that well.
You don't know each other. You met each other at one heaven-themed Pisces birthday party, which does fit in with the Pisces that I know. The two main Pisces that I know, one of which
is sitting right here.
They do love a themed party.
That is true.
Pisces do live, I don't always believe in astrology. In this moment I do, because a Pisces loves a themed party.
What would you say a Gemini likes party-wise?
I think a Gemini likes to cause problems.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting
No, I think a Gemini...
Hey, I don't appreciate the agreeing gestures from our producer, Yelena.
I think that a Gemini likes the kind of party where they can kind of control the variables about it. I think a Gemini likes a party where they kind of know what to expect and they can kind of see how the night's gonna go.
Okay.
So that's what I think.
I think that's fair.
I think it's fair too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, very, that one's fun. I think a misconnection like that is always kind of sweet when you've been moving sort of in someone's circle, you've both been orbiting each other, and then finally something happens. That is so satisfying when that happens.
Yeah, you know what? I guess good luck to you. Gosh, if you visit NYC, I hope this person likes it.
Hope they're into it.
I hope they like it. If it's in that situation, also update us on that. I'd like to hear what that
If
goes.
it's a situation where they don't like it, definitely update us.
Definitely write us, link in bio.
Yeah.
Matt from Tinder? Matt? We had a great conversation on Tinder, and then you deleted me. May I ask why? Were you intimidated by my smarts and charming one-liners? I thought we had so much in common. I'm bummed.
I can't tell how much of that is ironic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think because if there's even an ounce of trueness in what they said, that's why they blocked you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's even an ounce of you being non-cheeky when you say, it wasn't my smarts and my one-liners. Because let me tell you, nothing kills a conversation faster than a one-liner.
There's no response to a one-liner.
Exactly. A one-liner is not about having a conversation. It's not about learning more about somebody. It's about you showing off how clever you are. Which is not really, like, we are all secretly interested in that when we're dating, sure. But, like, you cannot be blatant about it. And also it should be tempered with a healthy desire to get to know another person. Like, you shouldn't... Wow, this just turned into a dating podcast.
It did.
Like,
it kind of is already.
You shouldn't be dating people if your goal is to just make other people realize how awesome you are. Your goal in dating should be meeting an awesome person.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
That does make sense.
And I think if you need other people to see how awesome you are, maybe you should do a little bit of work on why it's not enough that you know how awesome you are. Yeah, give me the snaps. Give me the snaps.
Yeah.
So regular Brene Brown over here.
Yeah, I don't really think... If this were ironic, I don't know, I would expect a little more, like, self-deprecation. It's all about them, you know?
Yeah. It's borderline enough that, like, if you can't get yourself across in this text medium, don't do it. Mm-hmm. And also, if you're the kind of person to make a missed connections, post about a person that dropped a conversation on Tinder, that's also, like, not... I've been on my fair share of conversations on Tinder that I'm like, this is going really well, and then they never respond again. And you can't let it hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
Nobody owes anybody anything on Tinder. You know?
Yes, there's so many posts like this, and it's people who are in conversation with someone else and then got ghosted, and then, like, can't read that as a symbol or, you know. There's a meaning to that. They didn't just, like, forget to... keep up their Tinder account and it got deleted. No. Like, they chose to stop talking to you.
This was a walk away.
Yes.
Just accept the L, move on.
If this happened in person, it would be bonkers. If you were having a conversation with someone and then they got up and left and got in their car and you chased them to their car and, like, got in the passenger
and
window
like,
and like, hey,
why?
I noticed you walked away from me. Why?
But you know what? Even in person, I would accept that more than I would over Tinder.
Because ghosting doesn't really work like that in person. That's
it
fair.
doesn't.
But either way, just move on.
Move on.
And one-liner, fine.
Yeah.
One-liners, I don't like it. I'm prone to a one-liner. I'm not looking for a response.
And this is coming from a real clever guy.
I'm a real objectively clever guy.
I know you're saying it a little bit ironically, but I was saying it legitimately.
Yes, okay. But, you know, I'm prone to a one-liner. And if I put one in the chat, it's not because I want a response. It's because I want to feel a little bit clever in the moment.
Exactly. And also, you say it in a way that enhances conversation.
I'd hope
you
so.
say it to people you already know well.
Yeah.
Like, you're not when you first meet people, you don't drop a one-liner, you know?
Yeah, and if I'm, like, flirting with someone via a Tinder chat, not that I have, but, if I were to flirt with someone in any sort of chat medium, I feel like multiple one-liners is probably too much before you are at a familiar's
That's a lot of horizontal building and not a lot of vertical building, which is what you need, you know?
What do you even know about Matt? What do you even know about Matt from Tinder? Tell me one thing you know about Matt from Tinder other than his name. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought. Do you have another one for me, Talon?
Oh, plenty.
Okay. Prove it.
Here's one.
Okay. Nude juggler. Shout out to the naked man juggling bowling pins on the country dirt road to the nude beach. We only caught a glimpse of your talents and genitals, but both were glorious. Thanks for being silly. Heart, heart, heart. That's fun. This is tagged at the nude beach that I go to. And suffice to say that I've never sat on that beach and gone, you know what's missing from this equation? A juggler.
A juggler who is also nude.
Even a clothed juggler. I don't know that I'd feel super great about, but to each their own. I do love that this person, some people are just whimsical by nature, and I think this person is just whimsical by nature, sees the fun in everything.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine that being nude also enhances the juggling experience that much.
Depends on what you're juggling, I'd say.
Bowling pins in this case.
Yeah, bowling pins
very
is one
explicitly bowling pins.
If it were,
in this case.
knives or torches or chainsaws, I don't know. I don't like that one. I don't like that one at all.
No, yeah. Because a pair of pants will stop a chainsaw.
A pair of pants. I'd rather, if I'm gonna be hit with a chainsaw in the genitals, I'd rather be wearing pants.
Yeah, but then you got lots of threads.
Yeah, there's a
bedded
chance
places.
it would help better than no pants. But thanks for being silly, new juggler.
Thanks for being silly, new juggler.
Listen, it's not a crime. It is kind of silly. He went to a nude beach and was like, I could just be nude, or I could bring out the pins. I realize this isn't written in here at all. I have been picturing him on a unicycle, but that's not part of it.
That part would disturb me because I don't think I've seen enough naked bike rides to see naked people on the Nike bikes, and that is disturbing.
Well, if it's his own unicycle,
I guess there isn't a unicycle share in the city of Portland, which yuck wouldn't be that different for Portland. I feel like there's a joke there that somebody who was a conservative California would make. Yeah, new juggler. Good to know. I should keep my eyes out next time I'm at that part of Salvi's.
Let us know if you see him.
I will.
And maybe suggest knives or blow torches or.
Oh, so you want genital mutilation is what you're saying?
I don't want it, but when you watch ice skating and you kind of hope maybe someone maybe falls a little bit.
You should have been around during the I, Tonya era, so you could have watched her whack that other girl with a skate.
But we didn't get to see that in the sports
That's
itself.
true. That's
but if they had put it on TV, could you imagine?
You would have watched it.
That would have been the start of the Hunger Games. You're the dirtiest worm in the soil. You took me on the dining table last night. I forgot your name. Reply with a picture of your pink star if this was you. Winky face. No! No!
I'll tell you that I can see Talon does, He's a good reader, so he does the thing where he reads a little bit ahead of what you're actually saying out loud. And I saw the minute you hit the pink starfish line because your eyes got really big and then your eyebrows got really angry.
Yeah, and there was more to read. I couldn't stop and react.
I know, I loved it. I loved seeing you have that realization.
Even you took me on the dining table was a strong opener.
It is.
To the body of this misconnection.
And if you were the one being taken... I'm wondering in what position you were being taken, because in what position would you be eye to eye with their butthole if you're the one being taken? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Well, do we have a piece of paper?
Could we get some modeling going?
I'm just trying to air draw it. So here's the pink star, and here's anywhere here you're the radius
star. Like the North Star, we're gonna map to the pink star.
I guess you could. You could 69 it, but is that really being?
But is that full butthole?
Is it full butthole?
There's still
it's enough butthole.
Still some perineum in the way. That's what that's called, right? Your taint.
Yeah.
That's the official name for your taint.
Yeah, right? Yeah. We are past the 30-minute mark, I think. So this is
this is when the podcast gets blue.
This is the after dark
or pink, if you will. My parents have started listening again. They took a little bit of a break, but they were like, "We're back to listening again." So I'm glad they're back in time for this episode.
Listen, we all have assholes. Let's be honest. We all have them.
Pink stars.
I don't like the nickname, but
I think this person's just trying to get free butthole pics.
You know what? Yeah, and if you're someone who wants to send them, I guess good for you.
Good for you. But I would just be saying, don't be duped. If you've taken someone on a dining room table recently, this could just be a coincidence. So don't just be sending your pink star willy-nilly. Unless that's what you're into.
They're going to get so many pink star pics from all the people who took someone else on a dining table this last month. And oh boy. Oh boy.
Jokes on somebody.
Jokes on somebody. Yeah. You got to ask for the right thing, I think, or you're going to get scammed with a bunch of pink star pics.
Scammed.
You need, depending on how you got taken, maybe a better thing to ask for would be what was the table made of?
Yeah. Give us a little bit of description. Also, you're the dirtiest worm in the soil.
We haven't really even talked about that because so much happened.
I just like that a lot. I don't know what else to say about that. Then I like that. You're the dirtiest worm in the soil.
Yeah, it's
a phrase. It's a phrase.
It's a phrase. Here's one for you.
Thank you. TNC. Cloning another person doesn't make you look better. It makes you look worse. Little known ramifications of human cloning.
Yeah. We didn't expect this one.
We've seen The Fly. That's about teleportation.
Yes.
I always say transportation when I mean teleportation. I'm like, I wish somebody had invented transportation, and then I'm like, somebody has, Sarah. It's called cars.
And then you go to new places and you're like,
idiot.
excuse me, which way to the public teleportation?
Yeah.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, if you want to talk about a movie that really talks about the ramifications of cloning, there you go. And we've all seen it. We all know it. We're all familiar very much with the Jurassic World franchise. Long live Chris Pratt.
Crisp rat.
Long live Crisp Rat. Anyway, sorry. I'm just really distracted by the fact that I'm thinking about that movie. Took such a hard left turn into cloning. Anyway, cloning. Who's out there making clones? What does this person know? This person is out there.
This is also, oh my god, sorry. This is also tagged in Bush Prairie, which is
Not
maybe
what you would
not my
expect
favorite
cloning.
name for a town ever. But, it probably is descriptive of what it looks like.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Probably a lot of bushes.
Prairie with a bunch of bushes in it.
Yeah, which is how they used to name places back then,
Yeah. And cloning is so specific, because I think what they mean here is copying another person.
Probably.
But they did say cloning, which is interesting.
Which is a weird way
Because
to
cloning doesn't
get
mean you're
there.
making yourself into somebody else. It means you're making another person entirely.
And yeah, you were producing a replicant.
A replicant.
Yeah. So cloning. Would you like a clone of yourself? And why or why not?
I would like a... I mean, I guess it depends. Like, does the clone think it's me? Like, does it have all my memories and thoughts and feelings?
That's the
Can
moral conundrum,
can
right?
you clone a soul?
Like, can you...
Does the soul exist?
Ideally, you would like a clone if it, didn't have your memories. Like, if it was,
I don't know.
you,
if it
but,
was, No, okay. I get it in a real sense, not playing around. No, I would not like Tricky to clone of me.
Yeah, fair.
Because I think that, any sort of situation where this pans out is bad.
Yeah, they're always going to feel second to you if they know
it feels
the truth.
Immoral
The
to
only-
put them in the world.
The only right way to do it, if you were going to clone yourself, would be to clone yourself, and then you'd have to, somehow wipe both memories of the moment before cloning. And you both wake up thinking, you could each be the clone.
Yeah.
So
I don't
you
know
don't
why
know.
I would do that, though. I still would not like that.
I think I would want a clone of me.
Okay, for why?
Good conversation.
Oh, so, okay, just one-liners back and forth.
Oh my
all day.
god, the rapport we would have.
The sexual tension.
That second, but I think,
That's interesting, that you would want a clone of yourself. I respect it. Would you want them to know that they're a clone?
Here's the thing. I would selfishly want to be the original and have
Of course.
a clone. Because of course you're I want to do all the fun stuff. Can you do work? We have the same skills, but you're going to be the person who's going to go to my job and pay the bills. Well, I'm going to do the stuff that you wouldn't have the time to do, but because I can do it, it's going to provide both. You can do all that. I'm going to focus on my art, and we're going to make one life, but use 200% of it,
Interesting.
And I would hope they'd be on board, because they're going to reap the benefits, obviously.
Okay.
I'm going to be out there making them famous,
I guess,
So,
but I think just as badly as you want to do the fun stuff, they'd want to do the fun stuff, because
That's
they are you.
So, you're right. You know what? Cloning does make you look worse.
It's true. Here you go. I got another one for you.
Here we go. Folks, you let us know in our polls if you would like a clone of yourself. Yes or no.
Race to your phone. Text in your answer. Sorry.
The polls will only stay live for half an hour, so vote now! B-ball! Trying to hoop, but I bet you don't even got game. Oof, this is rough, because... That's it.
Please
First
tell
of
me
all,
why it's rough.
I just had a horrifying thought, oh no, are they talking about somebody they
What?
they saw actually trying to hoop?
Ooh.
Like, at first I was like, maybe this is just an invitation to, like, an open basketball, meet me at the court thing.
Yeah, or a friendly shit talk to get people to...
Yeah. It could be that. But what if this is not? What if they saw someone...
hooping badly?
What if they saw, like, me on a day where I just brought a basketball hoop to the park to have fun, and I can't hoop, and they're like...
You don't even have game.
You trying to hoop?
That would be so embarrassing.
I bet you don't even got game.
That'd be really embarrassing.
I'm sure it's the first one. I bet they just want to play basketball.
And I'm going to say, I'm not sure. I think they're probably talking about the Laurelhurst basketball courts based on where this pin is. So just everyone hooping. Everyone hooping at the Laurelhurst basketball courts. Just know somebody might be watching. So maybe practice in private and then bring your best hoop game to public.
That's it. Because this person might be a scout. This is like how...
For the Dallas Mavericks.
Mavericks.
It's what's his name?
Mark Cuban?
Mark Cuban!
Mark Cuban is out there.
Thank you for gasping before you said it. Mark
You don't
Cuban?
think... Shark Mark Cuban? Shark Cuban?
Oh my god!
Wow. He's out there watching, looking for the next...
Sharky Marky.
I'm trying to think of a Dallas Maverick who isn't.
I don't know any basketball players.
Looking for the next...
I know Steph Curry.
I bet there's a guy named Phil Michaels.
Glasgow. Oh.
Phil Michaels, Glasgow.
Yep, that's his name.
He originally from Glasgow.
He originally from It's
Glasgow.
true.
He's tall and got a fun accent. What are some other Dallas Mavericks?
No, stop. Give me another misconnection where you're not going down the Dallas Mavericks hole. This is not a basketball podcast.
I want to name 5 more Dallas Mavericks.
No.
Okay.
Outdoor face-off screening at OMSI, 7-9. At the showing of Face Off yesterday, they were giving out these huge, goofy paper faces with popsicle sticks attached to the bottom, with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage's face on them. My partner is in love with Nicolas Cage and was so excited about the cutout, and then accidentally dropped them from the back of his folding chair, and we could only find the John Travolta one when we went back. Do you have an extra Nick Cage face from that night you'd be willing to part with? Help me put his face on. That's funny. That last line alone, that would convince me to give this person a Nick Cage face.
Wow. I just want to make one for them. Maybe they'll be inundated with free Nicolas Cage masks because...
Maybe.
You know, good things happen to good people. Now we're giving them the Craig's Essential Crisis bump.
Yep. Yeah, the market's going to be flooded with Nick Cage.
There are worse
masks.
things. Worse things.
I wish they'd given us... We went to see a movie at OMSI. We went to see Spirited Away together, which is one of my favorite movies.
And, like, so good on a nice big screen.
So
with a nice, good sound system. Ugh.
So good. I wish they'd given us something fun.
Yeah, like...
but that's okay.
Like the... What are they? The No?
No Face?
Yeah, No Face.
Yeah, the No Face mask would be spooky. That would be a good time.
Love that.
I would have loved them to each give us one of those, like... weird turkey things that the dad and mom eat at the beginning of the episode where it's like a whole chicken and he like picks up with a pair of chopsticks. Ugh. I've always wanted to suck one of those down. I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Oh man, there's like TikTok accounts that do like recreate Studio Ghibli food.
Oh my god, Ghibli food is like Ghibli tears and Ghibli food. They got a lock.
Yeah.
That Ghibli food would make me cry Ghibli tears.
I wish.
Fat Ghibli tears.
Fat, juicy, blumpy.
Fat, juicy.
Dumpy Ghibli tears.
Dumpy. Crumpy, booty jiggling, Ghibli tears.
They're like, what if tears were curvy with cursive?
What if tears were mad thick?
What if
they were dummy thick and their cheeks clapped as they rolled down your face?
Yeah.
We're onto something.
Mr.
Miyazaki, keep going.
Pixar should do a whole movie about Ghibli tears. Those would be characters I'd like to see in a movie.
Yeah.
But you know, honestly, Pixar could never.
Pixar wishes.
Pixar could never. We were talking about Ghibli food. I really wish. Yeah, so there's, first of all, I know there's a theme park. Can I get the food? Can I get the Ghibli food?
If they're not marketing on that, I don't know what they think they're doing.
What the fuck are they doing?
I think that they must.
I want to go sit down and eat links of sausage, just slurp them whole.
There was also so in Ponyo's mom, not Ponyo's mom, the boy, someone with a T. His mom makes him like a tea drink that's like delicious. It's like hot milk and honey and like a little cinnamon. And people started making it on TikTok, which is good. And everyone was like, it tastes delicious. And then they would also post like an hour later being like, this made me shit my pants immediately. Because if you ingest like enough honey, and if you're a little lactose intolerant, so honey is like a diuretic essentially. It like make you poopy your pantsies if you eat enough of it. And so people were just like drinking it and pooping. But they were like, it was kind of worth it because it was kind of the best thing I ever tasted.
You know, there's a lot of stuff out there I eat and drink that would make me have a bad toozy. And you know what? It is worth
Daisy.
it. Sometimes it is worth it.
But that drink reminds me of Steamers, which is a drink I get at Rimsky-Corsa Coffee House. Free plug for Rimsky-Corsa Coffee House. If you live in Portland, you haven't been, go to Rimsky-Corsa Coffee House.
Good.
Best desserts in town.
They are good. And we don't give away plugs.
We don't. We usually yell about it. But they're in a haunted house and they're incredible. Go use the bathroom and that's all I'll say. But they make steamers, which are essentially just steamed milk with a flavor in it. And I love getting a vanilla steamer. It tastes like happiness and comfort. And that's what I think of when I think of that Ponyo drink.
There you go. So, what we're saying is, we wish we lived in a Ghibli world.
We wish you a Merry Ghibli.
We wish you a Merry Ghibli. We wish you a Merry Ghibli and a Happy New Year. Also, sorry, I just went back to the peonies misconnection, and we didn't really talk about the choice of seltzer. Topo Chico, well done.
What?
Another free plug, I guess. Send us Topo Chico. I would like some, please.
I love that you were like, we can't not talk about Topo Chico here.
Cannot.
Well, that's all the misconnections I have. Do you
Ooh.
have one last one? Or do you have one for me to read now and one last one?
I have one more.
Great, give it to me.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my god, this is so long.
I wanted to warn you.
You didn't warn me, you just handed it to me.
I just handed it to you. Take a breath.
Hit my car and I said not to worry about it. 181st, Gleason. I should have got your phone number like you offered. What was I thinking? In quotes. I guess I just wanted to get off the street and I was late to rescue a couple from losing all their property if I didn't get there before the tow company did. Luckily I made it and all's well. As for my car, well, it looks like nothing even hardly happened to it. So yeah, this is not about the car. What do you say about giving me a minute of your time and have a drink, coffee, or question mark? As I'm sure you could tell, I'm a pretty nice guy. Tell me how many times you have been in or seen someone get hit, and they come out flipping on the person who hits them, or they are wanting insurance information, calling the cops, especially when all the damage is to their car and no damage done to the car that hit them. It wasn't like I felt sorry for you, or that you were being super apologetic for hitting me, or even that your looks encouraged me to let you go scot-free. And trust me, I have a valid driver's license, and as a matter of fact, I just changed insurance companies not more than 2 hours earlier that day, so I technically had 2 different policies till midnight that night. I'm kicking myself in the ass for not getting your number afterwards. I'm saying to myself, how many times does a person come across someone who is at my mercy? Oh my god, sorry. That was an editorial edit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's terrifying. I literally couldn't help myself. Okay, let me try this again. Oh my god, that literally shocked me. Okay. I'm kicking myself in the ass for not getting your number afterwards. I'm saying to myself, how many times does a person come across someone who's at my mercy, especially someone as cute as you are, and not get your number? Never I know. I had my chance and I blew it off. My bad. Trust me, I don't want nothing from you except a minute of your time to meet you, have a drink, and I'll buy, and that's it, unless we decide to have more. And then it would have to be a mutual decision, and I do know the meaning of the word no. So get a hold of me at any time, daytime, nighttime, anytime, and if you do mention what color my car is, that way I know it's you. The color is on the front of your car. LOL.
A lot going on there. Good read.
I'd like to say, this reads like famous things serial killers posted online before turning to murder.
Yeah, it's got a vibe.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely a vibe in the first half, and I was like, this person is just a little bit rambly, that's fine, and they're kind of patting themselves on the back for being a nice guy.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is not a death sentence.
But I'm pretty sure we said in the last episode that if you're in the position where maybe you have to say you're a nice guy,
Yeah.
maybe you're not.
That's what I'm thinking, because especially when you say, how often is it do I have someone that's at my mercy? I gotta tell you right now, it's never a meet cute when somebody goes, hey, give me your number, I'm gonna report you to my insurance and put you in severe financial stress.
Yeah.
That's not a meet cute.
It's not flirting to be
duress.
like, I could be a lot worse to you.
That's
that I'm choosing to be. But how about we get a drink instead?
and the fact that they have to be like, I'll meet you to have a drink, and unless we decide to have more, and then it would be a mutual decision. I do know the meaning of the word now. Means that, I don't know, it just feels like that's not something I would say unless that had come up before.
Uh-huh.
The lady doth protest, which is what methinks. So scared.
Yeah.
Run. Do not interact. Run. I don't think I need to say this to whoever this is about.
I'm sure you don't.
I'm sure they caught the vibe in person. And I would say run.
I think, yeah, not a great start to a relationship.
No.
If it was a date or just a whopping insurance fee because the person was holding it over your head if you didn't.
Nothing like a power imbalance to really make sure we are off to a healthy start.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We've got one more misconnection for you, but before we go, we just want to say thanks for joining us on another deep dive into the misconnection section. If you enjoyed yourself, consider leaving a rating and review in the Apple Podcast app or tell a friend about the pod. The theme song was performed by Talon Bigelow, Rosie Sherman, and Elena Afanasiev. Follow us on Instagram at Craigsistential Crisis for more misconnections, behind-the-scenes content, and more.
Sarah, one last one for you to read.
Ooh. Miss you, monkey.
I'm Talon Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
And this has been Craigsistential Crisis.
I gotta say, they did write it out incredibly clearly. There was never a question of how I should read that.
Never a question. Never a question.
Not a question in my mind.
You caught my eye in the grocery line, and I fancy myself a hell of a fella, but at the time I was nervous. Don't want to look like a pervert, but damn, it's hard to discern it. Were you flirting or were you just being kind? Is this a sign? Did the planets align? Cause the pleasantries we exchanged were nothing short of divine. Societal paradigms say it's all in my mind, but I think I sense a connection, so I'm hopping online to the .org, incorporated in 99. It's been in dire need of redesign since in Roman time. To the cutie who told the clerk that they were all out of time, from the wise guy behind her who said you can have mine. That's my opening line. I hope you'll pardon the pun. I'm not that kind of a guy. I'm not one to solicit strangers, but I'm strangely inclined. So if the feeling is reciprocated, send a reply.
They call it shooting your shot cause you might miss. And now I'm praying to God that you see this. You got me acting like I'm religious. I'm in a existential crisis. They call it shooting your shot cause you might miss. And now I'm praying to God that you see this. You got me acting like I'm religious. I'm in a existential crisis.
Taking the misconnection section
I'm in
into
a
new directions.
crisis.
It's the second chances to full romances from passing glances. Yeah.